gutted by Russian rockets. Here in Zaporizhzhia, rescue workers searched the rubble for missing residents. Local officials say several people were killed, while more have been hospitalized. After the initial dawn attack, firefighters headed to the scene. But a second salvo sent locals running for cover, as well as rescue workers.
A town hall peppered in bullet holes. This is the scene following a violent attack against public officials in the small town of San Miguel Totolapan. At least 20 people have been confirmed dead after gunmen stormed the local government offices. Among those killed during the attack was the mayor of the town, Conrado Mendoza Almeda. In a tweet, the governor of the Mexican state of Guerrero called for a special investigation and promised to bring those responsible to justice.
U.S. officials say drone strikes have killed 2 senior ISIS leaders. This was a separate operation from the helicopter raid that was carried out near the Syria-Turkey border Wednesday night. U.S. officials say the suspect targeted in that raid was known for the smuggling of weapons and fighters used to support ISIS operations. 2 of the suspects' associates were also detained by U.S. forces. No U.S. officials or civilians were hurt during the raid.
Initial stabbing occurs on the sidewalk area. It appears unprovoked. There is no altercation beforehand. That stabbing occurs quickly, and then the suspect subsequently goes southbound on the sidewalk area and stabs additional victims. 5 victims there, and there was an additional victim on the south side of Sands also, so a total of 8 victims, again, 2 of which now are deceased, 3 in critical condition.
The recent optimism over an expected maritime border agreement between Israel and Lebanon was dampened on Thursday after Israeli Prime Minister Yair Lapid rejected Lebanon's requested changes to the U.S.-mediated proposal, casting doubt on the entire process. Prior to the statement, coming just hours before Israel's Security Cabinet meeting to discuss the draft agreement, Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati struck a different tone, saying the sides are on the verge of signing the agreement.
Some 35,000 students, teachers and parents marched on Parliament buildings in Budapest on Wednesday night, calling for better work conditions as the shortage of educators across the country continues. It comes as Prime Minister Viktor Orban's government restricted industrial action after the teachers' union announced a nationwide strike back in March. Carrying banners with the words "Don't sack our teachers" and "No teachers, no future," the crowd grew into the country's biggest anti-government demonstration since Orban was re-elected last April.
Where the national grid, which runs the country's power infrastructure, says British households could experience power cuts this winter. Their worst-case scenario planning includes Russian President Vladimir Putin deciding to shut off gas supplies to Europe. National Grid says consumers will be warned about power cuts a day beforehand. The power cuts will take place, or could take place, in an effort to reduce the total consumption of the UK by 5%.